We are live for the CCWHA Championships, and it's Division II, where it is Sault College versus Central Michigan here at the Crystal Fieldhouse in Burton, Michigan, as we are getting ready for the first game of the day. If we take a look at scores from yesterday, it was Sault College beating Adrian College 6-0, so they have the first win. And then in the second game, it was Michigan State beating Central Michigan in overtime 2-1. Today, Sault College plays Central Michigan here, and then in the other rink, Michigan State plays Adrian College. Then at 7:30, Sault College plays Michigan State, and Central Michigan plays Adrian. And the teams with the best records or most points will play on Sunday at 12:45 for the CCWHA Division II Championship. If we take a look at a little bit of information about these teams, Sault College is 23 wins now. So they don't have the one from yesterday up on the ACHA site as of yet, but 23-0 is Sault College. On the other side, Central Michigan is 13-5 on the season. Taking a look at the last few games for Sault College, as going 5 games back, they did beat Central Michigan, as they had a pair of games versus Central Michigan at Central Michigan on January 21st and 22nd. Sault College won the first one 2-1 and the second one 4-0. Then on the 28th, they beat Dakota College 3-2, and then beat them 3-2 in the second game on the 29th. Then they had a pair of games versus Notre Dame that they won 1-0 in each of those games. Again, they beat Adrian College yesterday. They play Central and then Michigan State today. And then if they continue to remain undefeated, we'll play on Sunday. Taking a look at Central Michigan. Taking a look at the last 5 games for CMU. And it was Central. Again, we talked about the 2 games versus Sault. Then they played Lawrence Technical University. Lawrence Tech won that one 5-3. Then Central Michigan beat Lawrence Tech on the home. They beat them 6-4 at Lawrence Tech. Then they hosted Miami University. D2 Miami University won the first game 4-0. That was back on February 18th. Then on February 19th, they lost to Miami 3-2. So having lost to Michigan State, Central Michigan is looking to really get on the winning ways here. And get things going. Taking a look at the top scores for both of these teams, as taking a look for Sault College. And it is your top scorer is LaCour, who has 44 points on 15 goals and 29 assists. Grullo has 41 points on 21 goals and 20 assists. Lee has 40 points on 21 goals and 19 assists. Rizzo has 36 points on 17 goals and 19 assists. And at the number 5 spot is Daly with 29 points on 15 goals and 14 assists. Taking a look over at Central Michigan. Del Rey has the top points for Central Michigan, 35 points on 21 goals and 14 assists. Williams, number 2, with 26 points on 9 goals and 17 assists. Nixon, number 3, with 24 points on 15 goals and 9 assists. Saudi has 23 points on 10 goals and 13 assists. And Palmer with 20 points on 5 goals and 15 assists. As both teams are getting ready and warmed up, we're going to play just a little bit more music, and then we will be getting going in just a few moments. You're watching the CCWHA Playoffs Division 2, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting. As we are live here at the Crystal Fieldhouse for the Division II CCWHA Playoffs Day 2, as starting off in this rink is Sault College. The Cougars taking on the Central Michigan Chips, as we have both teams getting ready for the starting lineups. As we'll turn things over to the public address announcer in just a moment here. Let's pull our graphics off, and let's turn it over to the public address announcer.
Sault College Cougars and Central Michigan Chippewas. Starting lineup for Central Michigan Chippewas: at forward number 61, Gabby Nixon. At forward number 8, Caitlin Williams. At forward number 66, Brooke Hewitt. On defense, number 7, Declan Waiters. Number 12, Matt Burnett. Starting in net number 25, B. Shower. The starting lineup for Sault College Cougars: at forward, number 7, Hallie McLaughlin. At forward, number 9, Marie Pierre LaForte. At forward, number 15, Jasmine Grove. On defense, number 2, Emily Burnett. On defense, number 19, Jaden Nadeau. And starting in net number 33, Cassie Johnson. At this time, we ask that you please stand, remove your hats for the playing of our national anthems.
Oh, Canada, our home and native land, true patriot love in all thy sons command. With glowing hearts we see thee rise, the true north strong and free. From far and wide, O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. God keep our land glorious and free. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. O Canada, we stand on guard for thee. Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave?
as the national anthems, and we are getting ready to go for the first session today. It's Sault College Cougars versus the Central Michigan Chippewas. And starting moments from now in the other rink. Hopefully our broadcast will get going because they had a game before it. So our team over on the other rink is racing to get set up as soon as the youth game is over there. But that game will be versus Adrian and Michigan State. Should be starting in just a little bit. As that should be about 15 minutes behind this game. Central Michigan in their maroon jerseys with the yellow on the shoulders and on the numbers on the back. And Central on the front in script. Sault College in their home white jerseys with the blue helmets and the blue and green trim, black pants. In to take. To take the opening face-off is Hubert. As that comes all the way in along the near boards into the central zone. Grab, trying to fire it the other direction is Barnett. Pulling it in. There's a shot that just comes off the side of the goal and covered up. 19:44 left to go here in the first period. Scoreless so far as LaCour in to take the face-off. On the other side is Nixon. And puck back to the top of the near circle and blasted by Burnett into the far corner, pulling it over. The puck in along the end boards as McLaughlin has it underneath the near circle, trying to pull it off of the boards into the near corner. Grillo has it, that off the side of the central net. Chip back into the near corner. Trying to feed it all the way back. Here comes Central racing down the near boards. Going ahead with it is Williams. Knocked back and coming the other direction. McLaughlin for Sioux puts it deep into the central zone before going off for a line change. Right back behind the central goal. Fired in along the far boards. Held in at the far point by Venn, who puts it deep right into the near corner of the central zone. Over to grab it is Lee, the puck right at the near point. Byers holds it in as that comes right underneath the near circle. Swung into the slot. Backhanded shot is getting a piece of it was Leotino. Leotino keeping it away. Goes right back behind the central goal in along the near boards. Trying to feed it LaCour outside, or excuse me, Lee outside the near circle. Central gets it right into the slot. Shot and a save. Is able to save that out there is Schroeder. The puck comes all the way back into the Sioux zone. Picked up there by Venn. Venn has it at her own blue line. Venn firing right to center ice. That into the chip zone as Haney trying to get it back into the neutral zone. Brought right back in as coming in is Barsanti with a shot and a save by Schroeder. 18:08 left to go here in the first. Scoreless so far between Sault College and Central. Face-off in the far face-off circle. That's Leotino in there versus Barsanti. The puck into the near corner. Trying to fire it ahead is Palmer. Kept in along the end boards. Now bringing it down the near boards out into the neutral zone. Saudi. All the way over along the far boards to Del Rey. And coming in, that puck tips right back into the neutral zone, racing the other direction. Here comes Sioux is pulling it in. Daly has it into the far corner. Loses an edge. The puck into the near corner, firing it. And it's Palmer right to the blue line. Now that rocketed all the way down by Del Rey. And will be icing and head back into the Central Michigan zone. 17:28 left to go here in the first. Scoreless so far. Sault College won yesterday. Central did not, as they lost in overtime to Michigan State. So Central looking to try and get on the winning ways today. And Sioux trying to keep the pedal to the metal. As LaCour moves it back as Burnett And knocked away, racing ahead now, coming with his Saudi. Saudi on the near circle with that shot. And knocked away. Good blocker save by Dobson. The puck right at the far point. Now Sioux gets it back into the neutral zone. Nixon trying to tip it back into the zone. Battle for it right in front of the Sioux's bench. And knocked down right at center ice. Trying to pull it away was Williams. Now that brought in to the central zone. Shot that just off of the near side. Schroer had it. Now coming the other direction. Racing ahead with it is Hubert. Hubert through through the neutral zone. Hubert on the far circle. Hubert with a backhanded shot and a save by Dobson. 16:45 left to go here in the first. 0-0 is our score, and I believe both Central has their student broadcast, and I believe the Sioux have a broadcast as well. So if you want to listen and see and have a couple different broadcasts, you can certainly do so. Held in by Nixon as that puck goes all the way back into the near corner of the Sioux zone, trying to knock that over, pulling it over Nixon, pinned against the boards. Now coming back into the neutral zone. Moore gets it all the way down, coming in on the near circle into the near corner. Racing over is Bazeau. As that's pulled around by Moore, right back behind the goal. Central picks it up. Here comes Wotis. Wotis, that back over, gaining the zone, racing in Lee. Lee comes in, shoots, and scores. Lee puts it in, top left-hand corner. And the Sioux are on the board 1-0. And at 16 minutes even, as Lee put it in, we'll see what the assists were. Sioux out to the 1-0 lead. Face off right at center ice. Leotino versus Barsanti comes all the way back in along the M boards, gathering it up there. Palmer into the far corner. Palmer backhands it ahead over as Simbro trying to pull it away. So the assist, it was Lee, and the assist to Bazeau. Excuse me, Brezzo. And puck all the way in along the far boards, gathering it up. Central controls. Perry sends it back into the central zone. Knocked in along the near boards, racing to get it is Annie. And brought in by the Sioux into the near corner is Turcotte. Back underneath the near circle. Swung around the boards by Palmer. Outside the far circle, bringing it at is Simbro. Held in at the far point by LaCour. Now that puck on the far circle, chips through the slot, coming in. Shot and a save by Schroer. It was a fantastic shot right on the edge, and another one and a save. 14:56 left to go here in the first. 1-0 Sioux with the lead. Face off in the far face off circle. It's the whistle blew because the net came off of its moorings. Schroer making sure everything's set. Face off is Leotino in to take the face off versus LaCour on the far circle. And fed, top of the near circle coming in. Shot there by Carlson. Deflected right back behind into the near corner. McLaughlin with it there. McLaughlin goes from the near side to the far side over to LaCour into the far corner. LaCour outside the far circle. And picked up, trying to drive it back deep. As that puck into the near corner. Collected there by Palmer. Sent down the near boards. As McLaughlin outside the near circle trying to pull it off of the near boards. That comes right back behind the Chips goal. Now outside the near circle. Central Michigan trying to pull it off of the boards there. Carlson trying to center it up. That collected and fired down the far boards by Palmer. Sioux regroups at their own blue line. Carlson sends it ahead, racing in deep, chasing it is Grouleau. In along the M boards, battling back there with Palmer. As that puck comes outside the near circle. Now racing in, Moore with a shot that goes just wide to the far side. The puck on the far circle, tipped away back to the far point, held in there by Diebel. And back in along the M boards, Lee has it in the far corner. There's a shot from the far circle, Schroer with the save. Carlson with the shot that deflects up into right in along the M boards. Outside the far circle, that picked up, trying to knock it away is Nixon. Central gets it to the blue line, but not out. Sioux able to hold it in as Brazo puts it right back, fires it. That goes off the side of the goal. Now bringing it down the near boards. Palmer trying to get it out. Carlson holds it in through the slot now on the near circle. Outside the near circle, Lee puts it back to Carlson at the near point for Sioux. Now Lee on the near circle coming in. Lee with a shot, that off the side of the net, covered up by Schroer. 13:03 left to go here in the first. 1-0, Sioux with the lead. As this is the first of 6 games today, 2 in the morning, 2 in the afternoon. Those will be D1, D2 in the morning, D1 in the afternoon, and D2 in the evening. 2 games at 7:30. It's Burnett with a shot and Schroer with the save. 12:58 left to go here in the first. Face-off is in the near face-off circle. And one back, shot that just goes wide by Daly. Comes outside the far circle, trying to fire it back deep. Armitage. And stick right back behind the goal by Schroer. Comes top of the far circle, trying to fire it out. Central gets it all the way back, right to the Sioux's blue line. Now down the near board. Here comes Sioux as they tip it deep. Armitage racing over to get it. Now Barsanti back behind the goal. The puck comes outside the far circle. Daly with it there, pinned against the boards. Daly trying to dig it away. Also in there is Barnett. And puck comes all the way outside the near circle. Is Burnett trying to pull it away from back behind. Hubert has it in along the end boards. Now that knocked off of the near boards all the way back into the neutral zone. Fired by Barsanti. That comes back. Here comes a shot by Wilson. And deflected and pulled right back behind the Sioux goal into the far corner. Bringing ahead with it is McLaughlin. Right in the slot now, fired all the way to the central blue line. Palmer knocks it in along the far boards. And up and out of play. 11:46 left to go here in the first. 1-0 is the lead by Sioux. Cougars up by 1, trying to remain undefeated on the entire season. 23-0 are the Sioux Cougars as that's pulled by Lee. Firing it ahead, picked up, here comes LaCour. LaCour, top of the near circle. LaCour into the near corner, centering it now high slot, trying to hold it in there is Venn. Venn moves it outside the near circle for LaCour. Back to the near point for Venn. And over on the far circle, out in front, and they shoot and they score! That put in, I believe that was LaCour who fired it in. Does indeed look like it. That makes it 2-0 Sioux with the lead. It's top scorer for the Sioux, LaCour. Put it in at 11:23. We'll get the assist for you in a moment, but 2-0. Sioux College Cougars with the lead. That grabbed is pulling it back over. Byers feeds it ahead. Here comes LaCour again over the blue line. Top of the far circle in the central zone. Shot there and glove down by Schroer. 11:10 left to go here in the first period.
Assisted by number 14, Camille Venn, and number 8, Alyssa Byers.
So Venn and Byers on the assist on the LaCour goal. And brought ahead, racing ahead with it. Zoddy has it for Central. Now pulled down, now on the near boards. Central pulls it in as racing down Williams. Outside the near circle, top of the near circle, shot that just goes wide as Zoddy took a blast from the top of the far near circle. And the Sioux get it right back into the neutral zone. Fired deep by Central, gathering it up back there is Eskagogan. Eskakogan right out back behind as Central trying to get a quick line change as the puck trying to hold it in, firing it deep is Nixon. The puck on the near circle now racing, bringing it around is Carlson back behind her own goal, fires it down the near boards and sent ahead. Coming in the zone is Brazo. Brazo outside the near circle. right at the near point. Bruzzo trying to tip it away. Now the other direction. Here comes Hubert for Central over center ice. Hubert. And shot got knocked down. Trying to make her way through traffic as Saudi got in the way of that. Or excuse me, that was T-Bolking in the way of that shot. Now Burnett coming in. Shot deflects into the near corner. Trying to dig, trying to get it out of the zone is Burnett. Underneath the near circle, Central has it, coming ahead, and fired by Palmer all the way through the neutral zone. Racing into the zone, Doree. The shot that up into the netting. It'll be a face-off in the Sioux zone. Sioux with the 2-0 lead. 9:29 left to go here in the first, as it is the CCWHA Division II playoffs. Live at Crystal Fieldhouse in Burton, Michigan. Face-off is going to be in the far face-off circle to Dobson's right, as Leontino in to take the face-off. That right back behind the Sioux goal. Now firing it ahead. That goes all the way down into the central zone. Schroer actually has to stop it, as that'll be a face-off on the central side of things. 9:18 left to go here in the first. Sioux up 2-0. LaCour in to take the face-off. On the other side, Leontino for Central. Controlled by the Sioux. There's a shot and covered up by Schroer. Shot from the slot. And there was some traffic out. Schroer, I don't think, saw it until the last moment. But able to make the save. Face-off comes again back in the far face-off circle. LaCour in there. Versus, I believe that's Nixon, comes right back underneath the near circle in the central zone, trying to chip it away into the near corner as Wotis has it. Shot from the near point. Another shot by LaCour that deflects outside of the far circle. Through center, racing ahead with it, Saudi for Central into the Sioux zone. 8:50 left to go here in the first, 2-0. Sioux with the lead as that puck bouncing into the neutral zone. LaCour grabs it, now fires it into the central zone. Palmer trying to rocket it the other direction. Gets it down the far boards. Nifty move coming the other direction by Simbro. Into the Sioux zone before it's put into the far corner. Excuse me, that was Williams. All the way back, right to the blue line. Now here comes the Sioux. Racing ahead with it is Bruzzo. It's over and a save, but a rebound and fired in as they moved it from the far circle to the near circle shot. Getting the stick down was Schroer, and then that fired in on the rebound, lifted up, and nothing Schroer could do about that one. As goal by Moore at 8:18 puts Sioux up 3-0. Face off right at center ice as Lee brings it into the central zone. Top of the near circle. Lee comes in. Shot. Schroer with the save. And glove down. 8:08 left to go here in the first. Lee. So Lee gets the assist. Face-off in the near face-off circle. That gathered in. Daly with the shot that deflects into the near corner. Santi back behind the goal. Out. Schroer chipping away at it. Comes outside the near circle. Now, Ekagogan. Top of the far circle. Shot. Ekagogan. And moves it back outside the near circle. Central trying to get it back as Wyotis gets it into the neutral zone, coming in, racing for Barnett. Has it deflected into the far corner. 7:35 left to go here in the first, 3-0. Sioux with the lead. Firing it back deep is Leontino, right back behind the Sioux goal. And deflected all the way back into the central zone. That'll be a stop by Schroer. Covering it up, face off in the central zone. It's long shots by the Sioux, but they're able to actually get it on net, so no icing. 7:21 left to go here in the first, 3-0. Cougars in the lead over the Chippewas. Face off in the near face off circle. As that puck outside the near circle, sent along by McLaughlin into the far corner. And to pull it out over there is Grillo. Now trying to get it outside of the far circle. Burnett that knocked down, loose. LaCour trying to get to it. Now pulled back by Grillo. Shot and again sticked away by Schroer. Pile up in along the end boards, trying to pull that away. McLaughlin has it underneath the far circle. Back to the far point. Blast from there and a glove save by Schroer. As that was Thibault with a shot from the far point. Schroer able to get a glove on it. 6:45 left to go here in the first. 3-0. Sioux with the lead. As playing a little country roads in here, West Virginia. Well, West Virginia does have an ACHA team, at least a men's team. That shot off the side of the net, covered up. .33 left to go here in the first. 3-0. Sioux with the lead. CCWHA Division II playoffs. Top of the near circle coming in. Carlson has that tipped away. Racing ahead as getting tangled up was Thibault. And it's going to be a penalty as Thibault. And it's a tripping call going to happen to the Sioux. So Central will be on the power play. That at 6:25. As into the box for tripping. As that is going to be Carlson into the box for tripping. 5-4. Action for the Chippewas up outside the near circle. Central has it as trying to make a move. Saudi back to the near point, over to Barnett. Now into the far corner. Nixon with it. Right back behind the Sioux goal. Battle for it in the near corner. 1 minute 40 seconds left to go in the power play for Central. Continuing to dig and battle in there. Saudi. Can't see who else. Shot! And that off and glove down by Dobson. 1 minute 31 seconds left to go in the power play for Central. 5:55 left to go here in the first. 3-0. Sioux with the lead. Face off in the near face off circle. That to the left of Dobson. There's that puck. Top of the near circle as the Sioux get it out into the neutral zone, racing over Saudi. Moves it down the far boards over to Palmer. Now racing ahead, Nixon. Nixon gains the zone. Top of the far circle, Nixon has that deflected away. As LaCour trying to get to it. Now again in the far corner, Saudi moves it back. Top of the far circle for Nixon. Nixon outside the far circle in the Cougar zone. Nixon right back behind the goal, now underneath the near circle, gets that over to Barnett. High slot, shot and a save by Dobson. 57 seconds left to go in the power play for Central. 5:21 left to go here in the first. 3-0. Sioux with the lead. Face off in the near face off circle, that to the left of Dobson. Again, I believe that's Nixon in to take the face off. On the other side was Moore. That puck right at the blue line. As the delayed offsides, Chippewas have to touch up as that lifted all the way down the ice. Palmer stops it at her own blue line. Moore trying to pull it away. That racing ahead. Nixon, cross ice pass, trying to drag it in over there is Williams. That goes in along the end boards. Trying to pick it up is Venn right back behind her own goal. Is firing it right out in front. Dobson had it. Is that now into the near corner of the Sioux zone. Holding it in Palmer at the near point for Central. Palmer puts it outside the near circle. Centering attempt that deflects all the way back. 11 seconds left to go in the Central power play. As racing back, Daly by pressure for the Sioux. Is 4:25 left to go. Cougars back to full strength. That puck lifted down on the near boards all the way back into the Central zone. Gathering it up there is Wyotis. Wotis has it back behind her own goal. Wotis trying to pull it away. The puck into the far corner. Now outside the far circle, Liatino trying to feed it out. Top of the near circle with a shot, and they score. as that was a blast by Eska Kogan. Eska Kogan puts it in. 4-0, Sioux with the lead. That at 4 minutes even. Face off right at center ice as Hubert puts it back into the Cougars zone, fired ahead. Gathered up coming down the far boards. Barnett trying to move it ahead. Central gets it into the Cougar end. Bouncing puck. Now brought back. Shot and that off of the side of the net. Dobson covers it up and freezes it. 3:42 left to go here in the first. 4-0. The Cougars in the lead. Face off in the far face off circle. It's like Rouleau in for the Cougars versus Nixon. As Vent on the assist on the last Cougar goal. Racing ahead, coming in. Here comes Burnett. Down the near boards. Grollo on the assist, 15, not 14. That puck down the far boards, trying to move it ahead. Hanny deep into the Cougars zone, pulled and lifted the other direction, coming down with it. Pegnata has it, and that goes in and covered up by Schroer. 3:04 left to go here in the first, 4-0. Cougars with the lead over Central. Face-off in the near face-off circle. That to Schroer's right. Moore in to take the face-off on the other side, Leotino. Byers has it, top of the near circle for the Cougars. Puts it into the near corner, over to Barsanti. Loose on the near circle. Now outside, trying to pull it away. Collision. Held in by Byers, trying to tip it out in front was Lee, but the puck makes its way into the far corner. Back to the far point. Venn with it. As that rimmed all the way around the boards by Central outside the near circle. Moore trying to dig it off of the near circle. Now Moore moves it back behind the goal. Coming over, Barsanti. Lee has it outside the far circle. Now back, Leotino. In along the end boards, back behind the Central goal. Trying to pull that away. Moore chipping away at it. Now that run all the way around the boards. Byers pinching, holds it in, and all the way outside to the far circle. Palmer with it there for Central. Palmer trying to get away from Moore. Moore blocks that, keeps it in the zone as that puck comes in along the near boards. 2 minutes left to go here in the first. Armitage with it in the near corner. She ends up losing an edge. And to dig it out of the near corner, Armitage pinned there by Leotino. Puck loose on the near circle, coming over. Shot saved by Schroeder. And stoppage whistle. Tripping call coming up. And at 1:44. As that is going to be a Central penalty. Into the box goes Hanny. So the Cougars have a 5-on-4 power play for the next 2 minutes, unless something changes. LaCour in to take the face-off. Now they'll make sure they get the right 5 out on the ice. Again, LaCour on one side, Hubert on the other. The puck outside the near circle, sent held in at the near point. Now grabbing it. Zach has it now. Moore, top of the near circle. Moore coming in. Moore with a shot that just goes wide, all the way outside the far circle, picking it up. Hubert firing it, held in at the far point by Diebel. Offsides the call. LaCour and puck all the way back into the far corner. LaCour takes it there. Goes back, trying to backhand it right in front of the Central goal. Racing down. Wotus fires it. That slips all the way back into the neutral zone. Grabbing it in along the near boards. And it's tipped by Turcotte. Now bringing it in. LaCour has it outside the near circle. LaCour underneath this circle. Moves it over to Turcotte. Turcotte over to Brunette. There's a shot from the near circle. Deflected all the way right back over to Turcotte. Turcotte moves it into the near corner. LaCour has it there. LaCour moves underneath the near circle and along the end boards back to Turcotte. Top of the near circle. Shot there. Deflected all the way outside the far circle. And trying to go top of the far circle. That moved over by Byers. Centering attempt. Oh, right through the slot outside the near circle. Armitage with it. Or Brunette. Right back, battling and along the end boards. Now racing over to help out for Santee. Digging back there. Wotus for Central, and that will do it for the first period. 4-0 as the lead for the Cougars. They try and stay undefeated in the entire season. The Chips trying to chip away at it. As we'll play a quick message as they will have just a few moments. Let's play just a little bit of music and we'll be right back. As about to get back going, Sioux going from left to right. Central going from right to left. As the Cougars remain on the power play for 15 seconds, bringing that in is Bruzzo down the near boards. Nixon has it knocked away by Moore. Moore at center ice, coming down the near boards. Moore into the central zone, outside the near circle. Gets it over to Lee. Lee, top of the far circle. Central back to full strength, and puck fed outside the far circle. Centering attempt knocked down as Nixon gets it all the way back into the neutral zone. Cougars have to reset as the puck moved ahead down the near boards, brought in outside the near circle. And trying to pull it. Brazeau through the slot, top of the near circle, now moved over into the far corner. That puck pulled back underneath the near circle all the way back to the near point. Now outside the near circle. So that moved over to Byers and saved by Schroer. 18:59 left to go here in the second. 4-0. Sioux with the lead. Helps if I change the period on the scoreboard. Let me do that. There we go. Face-off is going to be to Schroer's left. In the near face-off circle, Barsanti in to take the face-off versus that looks like Palmer for Central. Excuse me, I think that was Burnett. The puck All the way back through the neutral zone into the Cougar zone. That'll be icing and head right back into the central end. 18:49 left to go here in the second. 4-0. Sioux with the lead. Face off in the far, face off circle to Schroer's right. As Nixon in to take the face off versus Barsanti. And puck moved over by Daly. All the way into the near corner, loose. As Central racing over and along the far boards, Saudi trying to move it out of the zone. Can't quite get it out now. It slips on edge and rolls all the way back. Racing in, trying to make a move is Williams, and that goes off the side of the net. Williams trying to get it now outside the near circle. Armitage moves it around. That fired ahead by Byers, racing down the far side of the neutral zone. Coming in is Daly into the central end. Daly right into the goal. Is racing, trying to charge the net and get that in. And instead of the puck, ended up with a player in the net. They'll get that net back on its moorings. 18:09 left to go here in the second. 4-0. Sioux with the lead. Face off in the far, face off circle. And Schroer's left, or right, excuse me. LaCour in to take the face off. Nixon on the other side. That puck, top of the far circle. And slips back into the neutral zone, racing ahead. Collected there by McLaughlin in along the near boards now. Coming down the far boards is Carlson, putting it deep right back behind the central goal. And trying to move it ahead is Barnett. Again, it comes underneath the far circle now. Back to in the neutral zone, spinning with it, racing ahead with it. Saudi. Now Nixon has it. Excuse me, that was Hubert has it right back behind the puck. Spins right in along the near boards. Palmer with it back to her own blue line. Firing it down the far boards. Intercepted. It's brought in by LaCour. LaCour on the near circle. Backhanded shot. Stick by Schroer into the far corner. Penalty upcoming at 17:11. Oh, nope, sorry. The net came off this morning, so I saw the raised hand by the official. I'll get that net back on. Face off in the far, face off circle. Turcotte in there versus Hubert. Puck outside the far circle now comes right back behind the central goal as Pagnotta hands it into the near corner. Pagnotta trying to battle Palmer with it. And that pull back behind by Hubert, sent along the far boards. Holding it in is Burnett. Again, holding it in Burnett. Flop from the far point. Loose in the slot now, pulled away. Here comes Palmer. Palmer gets it back into the neutral zone. Fired right back in by Thibault. And deflected. Loose at center. Lifted all the way back deep into the central zone, into the far corner. Haney moves it down the far boards, trying to lift it out of the zone. That'll come right back into the neutral zone. As Leotino trying to get it down towards the Sioux zone. Racing in, Lee. Shot from the far circle, battle, and they fire it in as the Sioux score at 16:11. And that makes it 5-0. At 16:11 here in the second. Face off right at center ice. As Moore has it, firing it in along the far boards. The puck on the far circle. As that was a goal, and the goal was, by Bruzzo. assist to Lee. The puck in the near corner. As Brazeau trying to pull it off the boards, held in at the near point. Fired back deep. The puck outside the far circle. Now rims all the way, now top of the near circle. Coming in, Brazeau had it. Now shot from the far circle by Byers. Here comes Central as they sweep it. Leotino gets it to center ice. Leotino into the Cougars zone. That tip back to the far point, held in by Central. That drifts back over. Hold underneath the near circle, now racing ahead with it. Sent down by Armitage. Coming in is Barsanti outside the near circle. That fired right back behind the goal into the far corner by Daly. Battle for it right at the far point in the Central zone as they're able to get it out. Williams firing it down the ice. Loses an edge but backhands it all the way back into the Sioux zone. Gathered there, fired through the neutral zone, racing ahead, gaining the zone. McLaughlin on the near circle shot. That got deflected by Palmer into the far corner. Nixon with it there. Nixon trying to lift it away. As McLaughlin, top of the far circle. Now here comes Central. Central gets it to center ice and lifted all the way back into the Cougars' end. Picking it up there is Venn. Moving it around. Nixon trying to pull it underneath the near circle. Backhanding it out in front. And collected and racing the other direction is Gurlow. Gurlow into the Central zone. Outside the near circle. Gurlow underneath the near circle. Now goes back behind the Central goal. Gurlow sends it top of the far circle. As that puck wouldn't settle down for Pagnotta. There's a shot. Schroer with the save. Comes top of the far circle. Trying to feed it ahead. Saudi held in at the far point. Coming in. High slot for Thibault. Right back. Outside the near circle. 13:35 left to go here in the second. 5-0. Sioux with the lead. The puck into the far corner. Trying to poke it away was Palmer. Now feeding it, trying to get to Carlson. That pulled away. Here comes Central racing down the far boards as they fire it all the way deep. Palmer loses an edge. And puck right back behind the Cougar goal. Now fired by Bites to center ice. Dilreet intercepts. Now Wotis fires it ahead. The puck lifted back the other direction by the Cougars. Now brought in by Turcotte. Turcotte with a shot and a save by Schroer. 12:55 left to go here in the second. 5-0. Cougars with the lead. Face-off in the far face-off circle. Moore in to take the face-off versus Hubert. For Central. That puck back to the far point. Fired and just misses the near post into the near corner. Trying to move it around is Barnett for Central. In along the end boards. 12:42 left to go here in the second. Trying to dig that puck out of the near corner. Now comes outside the near circle. Bounces off the far boards. Top of the far circle. Trying to move it back deep is Burnett. Right along. Brazeau with a shot and a save by Schroer. Moore moves it along the far boards. Back to Moore on the far circle. Moore trying to make it away from Leotino. Shot there. Save again by Schroer. And a whistle. 12:05 left to go here in the second. 5-0. Cougars with the lead. Penalty upcoming to Delree. As penalty to Central, that at 12:05 as the Cougars on the power play. As Delree again in the box. Face-off in the far face-off circle. LaCour trying to win it into the far corner. Palmer trying to get it out of the zone. Shot from the top of the far circle by Turcotte. And moved. Backhanded. Centering attempt. Top of the far circle coming in. Shot and they score! As Turcotte with a blast from the far circle put it in. And now it's 6-0. Cougars with the lead. And at 11:48, as that was a roughing call that put the Cougars on the power play. Six to nothing now, or at least it should be. Right, if I can do some basic math. Don't see it on the board yet. And that puck coming along.
Cougars goal scored by number 16, Marissa Turcotte.
As Turcotte unassisted, and it goes just wide into the near corner. 11:29 left to go here in the second.
Number 19, Jade Bayview. And number 15, Jack Grove.
All righty, so 19 and 15 on the assist. Squirrelu on the assist. As that puck, Jaden on the other side, underneath the near circle. Daly trying to move it ahead. Racing down, Barsanti feeds it all the way back deep. Picked up back there by Wotus. As that comes on the near circle, fed right to the blue line, trying to tip it back deep is Thibault. As the puck comes all the way outside the far circle, trying to move it in, LaCour. Top of the near circle. Thibault with a shot and a save by Schroer. As it should be 6 to nothing. Yeah, 5 to nothing on the scoreboard, but I swear 1, 2, 3, 4 goals in the first, 2 goals in the second. I can count. It's using 2 hands, so I mean that's difficult, but coming in, Carlson, top of the far circle now, pulling it back. McLaughlin at the far point. And puck outside the far circle. Now right through the slot into the near corner of the central zone it goes. Held in at the near point. Thibault puts it onto the near circle. Shot there by Grelot. High slot now coming ahead with it. Here comes Central. Perry moved it over. Puck right in front of the Cougar bench. Brought right back into the central zone. Perry trying to knock it away. Puck into the far corner. McLaughlin with it there for the Cougars into the near corner. 9:53 left to go. And puck backhanded outside the near circle. Racing to get it is Armitage. As it comes all the way around into the far corner. Hanny trying to pull it off of the boards. Then chip through the slot. Shot. And it just goes wide. Backhanded attempt by Armitage goes off the goal. And Thibault with a shot from the high slot, deflecting in along the far boards. Pagnotta has it outside the far circle, held in at the far point by Venn. And it goes all the way into the near corner, trying to pull it away, Jaden. Centering attempt by Moore, got knocked down in along the M boards. 9:11 left to go. Here in the second, shot and a score by the Sioux at 9:08. That'll make it 7 to nothing. Timeout called with 9:08 left to go here in the second, as it is 7 to nothing. Sioux with the lead over Central Michigan, as both coaches want to talk things over. As let's go and take a look and check in really quickly on the other rink. Is pulling that up, and it's Michigan State 2 and Adrian 1 over on the other rink here at 7 to nothing. Sioux with the lead at 9:08. Again, timeout called. Both teams talking things over, Central trying to get things Trying to right the ship and get things, try and chip into this 7-0 lead by the Sioux. Face off at center ice. So they get a little Timmy trumpet playing here. Face off at center ice. Moore in to take the face off. Del Rey on the other side. There's that puck. Controlled by the Cougars. Then fired back over to Burnett. Now moved down the far boards. Moore on the last goal. Pagata on the Pagnata on the assist. So we can hear cheering from the other rink through the vent. So someone scored over there. 8:55 left to go here. 7-0, and they got it up on the scoreboard. Excellent. Moore brings it into the central zone. Outside the far circle, centering attempt. That puck goes right back behind the goal. Bringing it around is Brazo on the far circle. Brazo moves it right through the slot. That picked up and fired by Palmer all the way back, trying to get it out of the zone. Held in there by Burnett. And off save, and Schroer with a save, and it came out, and they fired and put it in. 8-0. Sioux with the lead. You can tell there's a reason why this team is undefeated. Throughout the regular season, they are a high-powered team. Won yesterday 6-0. Nixon in to take the face-off for Central. As a new goalkeeper in, as Abraham comes in for Central. As they'll get a little work in for Abraham as the Sioux control. Lee on the assist. Rizzo on the goal. Sorry, Moore. That's it. Rizzo on the goal. Lee and Moore on the assists. Face off in the far. Face off circle. 8:14 left to go. Blast from the top of the far circle by Burnett. Comes all the way outside the near circle. That's Kagogan. Moves all the way around. Burnett trying to hold it in. Outside the far circle. Now that's sent to the far point. Held in there by Burnett. There's a shot bouncing puck into the near corner. 7:48 left to go here in the second. 8-0. Cougars with the lead. As that move top of the far circle over to Burnett. Burnett goes back behind the central goal into the near corner. Now that back behind the goal, outside the near circle. High slot. Cougars with a shot there. Deflects wide. Centering attempt. And fired all the way around by Turcotte. Outside the near circle it goes. The puck back to the near point. Now slips back into the neutral zone as Burnett sets things up. Gets it back. Tipped away by Central. But Gourleau feeds it ahead into the far corner. LaCour chasing it. Trying to get there first as Hanny for the chips. The puck into the far corner. McLaughlin trying to peel it off there. Now Central gets it all the way back to the blue line. Held in though. Excellent job by Venn as the puck still put back in along the M boards right in the central zone. 6:43 left to go here in the second. 8-0. Shot from the far point and moved into the far corner. Byers with the blast. As the puck right back behind the central goal. Nixon trying to separate it as Venn has it at the near point. Now that comes back right in front. Shot and a score. As the Sioux fire it in again as it came right in front of the crease to the near side. On the rebound, able to put it in 9-0. Sioux with the lead. 6:22 left to go. The puck. Trying to move it ahead. Armitage had it. The puck outside the far circle. Centering attempt, move back over. McLaughlin on the goal, LaCour, as well as Grillo on the assists. As the puck back out to center ice, Central just trying to get it. Trying to get a breath from the pressure that the Cougars are continuously bringing. Palmer back behind her own goal. 5:45 left to go here in the second. 9-0. Sioux with the lead as the puck comes outside the near circle. Trying to dig. There's a quartet of players in along the near boards. Moore brings it away. Puts it back now. Central coming down the near boards. That comes all the way in along the far boards of the neutral zone vet. Fires it right back in at the far point. Coming in, Lee with the shot. Saved by Abraham. That puck in along the end boards. Palmer trying to pull it away. Back Simbro. Get it off of the boards, and that's sent all the way down the ice. As that'll be a shot on goal. Dobson will cover it up. 5:03 left to go here in the second. 9-0. Sioux with the lead over Central. Face-off in the far face-off circle. As that puck into the far corner, back to the far point, held in there by Hanny. Now intercepted, heading the other direction. Turcotte moves it ahead to Daly. Daly, top of the near circle, poke checked away. Good defense by Central is getting a stick in there was Whitus. And puck back into the neutral zone. McLaughlin trying to fire it ahead, comes back to the Cougars' blue line. As they moved ahead by Eskakogan. Eskakogan now down the near boards, trying to make a move and get around Saudi. Puck pulled in outside the near circle. McLaughlin trying to center it up. And sent right back behind the goal. In along the far boards. Daly has it outside the far circle. Slips back to the blue line. Now Central gets it out to center ice. Intercepted right at center. Brought right back in by Eskakogan. That puck goes to the far side. Covered up by Abraham. 4:01 left to go here in the second. 9-0. Cougars with the lead over Central Michigan. Face-off will be in the near face-off circle. That to the left of Abraham. As Central made a change at goal halfway through this period. LaCour in to take the face-off. Looks like Saudi on the other side. Excuse me, no, that was Nixon, the puck. Top of the near circle. As it comes through the slot, now over top of the far circle. LaCour has a LaCour. Outside the far circle, that chip back to the far point, over to Grillo. Grillo fires it, deflects right back behind the Central goal. Underneath the near circle, Central trying to sweep it away. Cougars have it back into the near corner. Now pull from the near side to the far side. Simbro gets it back out into the neutral zone, racing over. Williams trying to chip that back into the Cougars zone. Battle for right in front of the Central bench. Have fired back deep. Now go right back behind Dobson. As battle for it in along the end boards. Williams again trying to pull that puck away, trying to get a shot on goal. 3:10 left to go here in the second. 9-0. Cougars with the lead. And that puck pulled away by Turcotte. Now fired ahead. Racing down the far boards is Pagnotta. Pagnotta into the zone, into the far corner. Central has it. In along the near boards, Nixon races ahead, just out of Nixon's reach as Thibault moves it. Palmer collects it for Central, top of the far circle. Well, that sent, trying to get it over to Simbro. That intercepted by Thibault. Thibault has it outside the near circle. 2:35 left to go here in the second. 9-0. Cougars with the lead. Puck loose on the near circle in the Central zone. Trying to hold it in. Battle there. Bites. Trying to hold it in. That comes in. Wotus has it. And moved over and pulled away. Armitage. Ahead. collected it, moving down is Carlson. Put back deep down the near boards. Here comes Central, bringing it ahead. Racing is Barnett. Right back in. Cougars have it, making a move. Saved by Abraham. 1 minute, 55 seconds left to go here in the second. 9-0. As Cougars with the lead. That's a blast from the top of the near circle. Goes all the way back outside the far circle. And to put it back deep is Byers. The puck right back behind the Central goal. Now outside the far circle. Saudi trying to get it out of the zone. Shot from the high slot. Comes outside the near circle. Or comes outside into the neutral zone. In along the near boards. Saudi trying to move it away. In there, bouncing puck. Now gathered in. And is trying to make a move. Razzo has it into the far corner. Puts it in along the M boards. And gathered up. Hanny has it. Moves it down the near boards, all the way back into the neutral zone. 1:09 left to go here in the second. 9-0. Sioux with the lead. Venn heads over center ice. Venn into the central zone. Venn comes in, backhanded shot and a save by Abraham. .4 seconds left to go here in the second. So already see a couple Indiana Tech players here. 12:45, it's Indiana Tech versus Michigan. D1 playoffs continue today. Puck outside the near circle, spinning around with it is Daly. And puck fired ahead by Central, kept in by Escagogan. High slot, shot by Central, and Dobson with the save. Nixon had it in the high slot, but it took a blast. 39.3 seconds left to go, 9-0. Cougars with the lead. Nixon to take the face-off in the far face-off circle for Central on the other side, Barsanti. Yeah, puck shot right in front. Dobson with the save, another save. As a couple good attempts by Delry. Central hands it on the far circle. Nixon with the shot. Dobson with another save. 21.9 seconds left to go here in the second. Face-off in the far face-off circle. As that puck moved, top of the far circle, right out in front. Good job to knock it away by Daly. That puck all the way back into the neutral zone, racing ahead with it. Here comes McLaughlin. McLaughlin outside the far circle. 9 seconds left to go here in the second. 7 seconds left to go. 5 seconds left to go. As the puck pinned against the boards. 1 second, and that will do it for the second period. As it is 9-0. Cougars with the lead. There is a Central player down at the top of the circle over on the right. As getting up, looks like Nixon's all right. We're happy to see that. As we'll have an ice resurfacing now, let's play a little bit of music, and we will be right back with your all-important third period action. You're watching the CCWHA playoffs. This is Division 2, where the Sioux have a win from yesterday. Central, an overtime loss to Michigan State. Sioux trying to stay perfect. They have the 9-0 lead. Central has some difficult work in front of them in the third. As we're counting down to the third period, 9-0. Sioux College has come out on fire this morning. They've won 23 straight games this season, looking to stay undefeated and make it 24. To put that in jeopardy, Central Michigan has a lot of work to do in this final third period. After this game at 12:45, it's going to be D1 action continuing for the CCWHA playoffs as Indiana Tech versus the University of Michigan Ann Arbor. We'll tip off at 1 o'clock. It's going to be Adrian versus Miami University. Face off right at center ice. LaCour wins it back as the puck down in along the near boards. Sioux College going from right to left as LaCour has it outside the near circle. LaCour into the near corner. Sends it right back behind Abraham. The puck into the far corner, trying to pull around his Hanny. As it's Doug trying to pull that away. The puck back to the blue line. There's a shot there by Naveau. Into the near corner. LaCour has it. And chipped on the near circle. The shot on Abraham with the save. Held in by Naveau. And top of the near circle for Burnett. That shot by LaCour goes wide outside the far circle. Racing over to get it, bringing ahead is Delry. Delry down the far boards. And pulled away, back behind by Naveau. Into the near corner. And dug back, LaCour back behind her own goal. 19 minutes even left to go here in the third, 9-0. Sioux College with the lead. That puck brought ahead, coming down the near boards is Burnett. And sent all the way back into the far corner. Barnett has it there. Chipped coming along. Battle for it outside the far circle in the Chippewa zone. Picked up back behind by Lee. As that covered up by Abraham. Central Michigan switched goalkeepers as Schroer started and played about the first half of the game. Now Abraham in net for Central. Face-off in the far face-off circle. And deflected all the way back to the far point. Here comes Central racing down the far boards. Trying to put it back deep. That goes all the way back as Simbro trying to get to it. Covered up by Dobson. 18:24 left to go here in the third, 9-0. Cougars with the lead. Nixon in to take the face-off in the far face-off circle. It's going to be Moore on the other side as the puck outside the far circle. Moore trying to chip it. That comes back into the neutral zone. Brazo has it. Ahead over to Lee. Lee with the shot that deflects off the glass outside the near circle. Trying to hold it in. Brazo has it. That deflected. Racing ahead with it. Here comes Williams. Williams with a backhanded shot as that one goes over the crossbar. 18 minutes left to go. Williams' backhanded shot. The rebound was fired, but just a little high. Into the near corner it goes. Van rims it all the way around the boards. There's Brazo trying to chip it ahead. Now Moore trying to dig it off of those boards. Flips it over. Here comes Lee. Yeah, that's Lee. Fired all the way deep. That just went wide to the far side of Abraham. Moved back behind by Barnett. In along the near boards. Deflected ahead. Now pulled. Daly has it. High slot. Moves it over to the far circle. Shot there by McLaughlin and a save by Abraham. 17:23 left to go here in the third. 9-0. Cougars with the lead. As Leotino in, takes the face-off. That comes back to the far point. Thibault gets it high. Slot that slips back into the neutral zone. Thibault has it right at her own blue line. Feeds it ahead. Daly through center ice. Daly gets it over to Barsanti. Top of the far circle with a shot. Back just goes into the near corner. As Thibault with a shot. Then put outside the far circle, and that'll come all the way back on edge. It rolls back to the Cougars' blue line. Thibault has it down the near boards, trying to feed that ahead to Turcotte. Now Palmer over on the far boards, bringing it ahead. Hanny into the neutral zone, fired right back into the central zone. 16:34 left to go. Here in the third, 9-0. And puck ahead, coming in, racing, Grillo with it into the near corner. McLaughlin with it there. McLaughlin goes from the near side to the far side, back behind the goal. McLaughlin trying to feed it ahead. That covered up by Abraham. 16:14 left to go here in the third, 9-0. Cougars with the lead as LaCour to take the face-off versus Nixon. Comes back to the far point. DeVoe trying to fire it back deep. And that shot just goes wide to the far side. Comes into the slot. Backhanded shot there, blocked. Here comes Central as they go over their own blue line. Firing it ahead is Saudi. And in along the near boards. Sioux quickly ahead. Here comes LaCour. LaCour with a shot that goes high into the far corner. Haney trying to move it ahead. That poke checked away as Williams trying to get it out of the zone. And puck right at center ice. Here comes Williams. Williams feeds through traffic. Williams, top of the near circle. That puck stolen away, racing ahead with it. As here comes the Cougars. Wilson trying to grab it now in Burnett. As that poked away. Good defensive play by Whitus. Whitus got a stick in the way. That pull back behind Barnett. Back behind her own goal into the near corner. 15-11 left to go. 9-0. Sioux College with the lead. Down the near boards. Coming ahead with it is Pagnotta. And fired over. And a shot and a goal. Putting it in. Razzo. 10-0. Sioux with the lead. Face off right and center ice. 15 minutes left to go. And right at 15 minutes even, the puck. Backhanded shot. Excellent job by Nixon as it comes in along the far boards. Here in the third. And puck collected. Here comes the Cougars. Center ice. T-Bull has it. Top of the far circle. T-Bull. Centering attempt. And cleared away by Palmer into the far corner. Palmer chips it all the way back to the far point. Held in there. Shot. And caught a post and in. Scoring. Sioux makes it 11-0. As the Sioux have come out on a mission. 23 wins in a row, and they're trying to cruise to 24. 14-24 left to go. As Leotino wins it in along the near boards, quickly pulled the other direction by Turcotte. Turcotte trying to get into the central zone. Moved by Barsanti. Ricocheted. And Turcotte outside the near circle, trying to get it away from Whitus. Right at the near point. T-Bull with the shot.
Assisted by number 18, Sophie T-Bull. And number 22, Megan Daly.
The goal was by Barsanti. T-Bull with the assist, as well as Daly. That puck in along the end board. Central controls, bringing it ahead. Here comes Saudi. Saudi over on blue line, down the far board. Saudi stops at center ice. Puck lost the handle as it wouldn't settle down. Fired right back into the central end. 13:25 left to go here in the third. 11-0. Sioux College with the commanding lead. Central still battling, still fighting. So that cup comes in along the end boards. Face-off will be in the far face-off circle. LaCour in to take the face-off on the other side. Nixon and right back in along the end boards outside the near circle. As Burnett trying to pull that away. Now Palmer back behind her own goal. Puck comes outside the near circle. 12:58 left to go. Here in the third as it slips through the neutral zone all the way back. Picking up Nixon. Top of the near circle. That moved away. Coming over. Fed right through the center by Cimbro and quickly the other way. Here comes the Cougars as they put it back deep. Hanny has it back behind her own goal. Hanny swings it around to Wilson outside the near circle. Wilson bringing it ahead as that puck right to center ice. LaCour brings it right back into the central zone. LaCour, high slot. LaCour on the far circle, spins with it. Shot goes wide into the near corner. 12:21 left to go here in the third. The puck quickly ahead, intercepted by Bites. Bites puts it to the central blue line. Fired ahead there by Hanny. Right to the Sioux blue line, trying to get it in is Cimbro. Pulled right back out into the neutral zone. Now fired on into the far corner. Pulling that away is Eskagogan. Eskagogan into the near corner, over to Van. Van. That held in, put back deep by Whitus. And puck all the way down the far boards. In by Armitage. Armitage at the far point of the central zone. They have fired all the way back behind the central goal into the near corner. Brazo trying to pull that away. Now coming the other direction. Here comes Costielny. And puck right back in to the central zone on the far circle. Spinning with it. Brazo underneath the far circle. That right through the slot. And along the near boards. Outside the near circle, Venn has it. Venn keeps it in, and that is going to be a penalty. As a hooking call. And at 11:11, Sioux penalty into the box. Goes Venn, so Central Michigan. The 5-on-4 power play, 11:11 left to go, 11-0. Cougars with the lead. Nixon in to take the face-off in the near face-off circle. That comes into the near corner. As holding it in, trying to fire it back deep is Barnett. The puck in along the end boards, right back behind Dobson. Underneath the near circle, trying to move it back to Barnett. At the near point, battling back there is Saudi. And puck backhanded to the near circle. Barnett trying to get a stick on it, and that fired all the way back. Abraham stops it. And Sioux able to clear. 1 minute, 28 seconds left to go in the central power play. 11-0. Sioux with the lead. 10:33 left to go here in the third. As that puck moves over, Barnett hands it down the near boards. Now Del Rey backhands it all the way to center ice. Picked up there, coming ahead with it is Turcotte. Turcotte pulled away. Nixon coming down the far boards for Central. Nixon, top of the far circle. Nixon has that poked away by Carlson. Good defensive play by Carlson there. Carlson fires it around. That comes back into the neutral zone. Central has to reset. 54 seconds left to go in the central power play. Hanny fires it back deep. That goes in along the end boards. Gathered up there by Turcotte. Turcotte moves it around the near boards. That trying to hold it in is Palmer. Palmer puts it just outside of the near circle. Again, Turcotte trying to get it out. Palmer with a shot and a save by Dobson. 34 seconds left to go in the power play for Central. 9:45 left to go here in the third. 11-0. Cougars with the lead. Is in to take the face off. Leotino for Central. The other side, I believe that was McLaughlin. And fired all the way back down. Abraham stops it. Pressure coming for Lee. Lee trying to make it difficult for Central to get out of the zone. Now racing ahead with it. Coming in, Cimbro with it. Top of the far circle. That pulled away. Here comes the Cougars right to center ice. Now that puck lifted down the near boards. Leotino fires it in deep. That intercepted by Brunnett. 3 seconds left to go in the power play for Central. As Cougars back to full strength. 9:09 left to go here in the third. 11-0. Cougars with the lead. Palmer gets it ahead. Central over their own blue line. Racing ahead with it is Williams. Now Williams has it into the Cougar zone, then sticked away, back in along the end boards by Dobson. Cougars over their own blue line, racing down the near boards. Here comes Armitage. Armitage into the zone, top of the far circle. Armitage goes back behind the central goal. Armitage underneath the near circle, gets it to Burnett. Burnett with a shot out in front. Oh, that was a nice sneaky move as it came down, and Basanti, or no, that wasn't Basanti, excuse me, that was Bites who had to deflect off of her body and then tried to backhand it through her legs. That goes up into the netting. 8:22 left to go here in the third. It was a good save by Abraham. $11-0. Cougars with the lead. 8:22 left to go here in the third. Nixon in to take the face-off for Central. On the other side, Pagnotta. Central has it in the Cougar zone outside the near circle. Now that brought back out into the neutral zone. Bringing it ahead as Brazo has it. Then tipped back into the far corner for Lee. Lee outside the far circle, moves it back to the far point over to Venn. Venn gets it outside that far circle. Brazo has it now on the near circle. Racing in with it is Eskagogan. Eskagogan on the far circle now. Eskagogan moves it over to Pagnotta into the far corner. Now that move through the slot by Moore, top of the near circle for Brazo. Brazo moves it back to Moore. Moore outside the near circle now makes a move in along the end boards of the central zone. 7:34 left to go as that puck shot comes just outside the near circle, trying to tip it back. Deep is Venn as it's into the far corner. Palmer brings it ahead for Central, held in at the far point. No respite for Central as that's fired deep by Brasanti. Top of the near circle, Venn with the shot that deflected off of Delry. Racing all the way back to get it is Lee on the near circle of her own zone. 7:06 left to go. Here comes Brasanti. Shot and sticked in along the end boards by Abraham as Barnett pulls it into the far corner. Collision there as a couple players end up in a heap. Pull it away is Simbro. It's both Indiana Tech and Michigan now in the rink for the game at 12:45, Division I game between Indiana Tech and the Michigan Wolverines. The puck outside the far circle. Simbro trying to get it on the zone, and a save by Abraham. 6:32 left to go. Here in the third, 11-0. Sioux with the lead. There's Leotino. That shot, Abraham able to get a glove on it. As we'll have to take a look with this win. I believe the Sioux will punch their ticket to tomorrow. Now they'll try and sweep as they have a game this evening versus Michigan State. 7:30. We'll have that right here as the puck in along the end boards. As Woitis all the way around, top of the far circle. Over for Carlson. Nixon trying to pull that puck off of the board. 6:06 left to go. Central gets it back into the neutral zone. Quickly moved in along the near boards. T-Bull has it. T-Bull gets it on the near circle. And moved right back behind the central goal into the far corner. And chipped away. Here comes Williams. Williams gets it all the way back into the neutral zone. And moved into the Cougar zone. Williams on the far circle. As T-Bull trying to separate that puck. Centering attempt intercepted, racing ahead. Here comes the Cougars as LaCour over center ice. Two chips in front of her. LaCour makes a move. That poked, but LaCour backhanded shot. Abraham with the save. Puck brought back as Woitis had it into the near corner. Pulling it the other way. Pagnotta moving it. Top of the far circle. Here comes Williams for Central. Williams over center ice. 5:12 left to go. Williams trying to put it deep into the far corner. The Central Michigan team still battling hard despite the 11-0 score. And pulled over. Saudi has it. moving it as here comes a breakaway for the Cougars. Coming ahead with it is Pagnotta. Pagnotta, wide angle shot, that off the side of the central net. 4:45 left to go here in the third, 11-0. Cougars with the lead. As pinned against the boards, Bites trying to pull that away. The puck right back behind the goal. Barnett moves it ahead. Here comes Saudi. Trying to fire it back deep. Into the near corner. And puck moved outside the near circle. 4:18 left to go. Palmer has it right at center ice. Palmer moves it ahead. Top of the far circle. Pulled back. Lee coming ahead with it. Lee, top of the near circle. Drop pass over. And shot by Moore. Save by Abraham. 4:03 left to go here in the third, 11-0. Sioux with the lead. Looking to make it 24 wins in a row and make it all but guaranteed that they'll have a spot in tomorrow's championship game. And puck moved over. Racing ahead, trying to fire it ahead is Perry for Central. Gets it back deep. Gathered up by Venn. Venn moves it around the boards. Lee now has it. Lee right to center ice. Racing ahead with it. Brazo. Top of the near circle. Brazo. Outside the near circle with it. Now over onto the far circle coming in. Brasanti right back behind the Chips goal. 3:28 left to go. The puck is top of the near circle. Bringing it ahead is Costielny. Costielny trying to fire it deep. That grabbed by the Cougars right in front of the scorer's bench. Picked up now. Haney fires it all the way back to the Cougars' blue line. Banked ahead by Pagnotta. Coming in, Barsanti has it in the slot. Poked back. Turcotte, top of the far circle with a shot that deflects into the far corner. 2:57 left to go. And moved over. Shot. Abraham gets a piece of it. The puck in along the near boards. Fired ahead. As Bailey has it, trying to move it down the far boards. Intercepted. Coming down, Nixon with it for Central, trying to poke it away. And to fire it back deep is Delry. And puck goes deep into the Sioux zone and along the M boards. Carlson with it there. Carlson. Down the far boards, the puck collected by Central, moved over by Barnett. Is Whitus. Back over to Barnett. Now Nixon trying to come down the far boards. Wilson trying to move it ahead as that puck right in front of the scorer's bench. Now racing ahead, McLaughlin with it for the Cougars. 2 minutes left to go as that puck centered over. LaCour with it, shot! And it goes all the way around the boards outside the far circle. Trying to chip it out is Barnett. And puck right back behind Abraham into the near corner. 1 minute 49 seconds left to go. 11-0. Sioux with the lead. As that puck will come, rifled all the way around by Barnett. Held in at the far point by Nouveau. Puck comes right back behind Abraham. 1 minute 29 seconds left to go. Shot from the slot. Deflected away. Saved by Abraham. Another shot by LaCour. And it comes on the near circle. Couldn't get it out of the zone. Fired back by T-Bowl. Now lifted again. Held in by the Sioux. And pulled down the near boards. Racing ahead with it is Williams. Williams gets it deep. Pulled back over. Coming the other direction. Here comes the Cougars. 1:03 left to go. Racing in with it. As that puck comes all the way back to center. T-Bowl moves it down the near boards. Coming in. Armitage with a shot and a save by Abraham. 47.7 seconds left to go. And we should have about an hour break between games here. We have another game going on in the second rink. Once this is done, if you want to check that out, Simbro brings it ahead for the Chips. That comes all the way back. 36 seconds left to go, 11-0. Cougars with the lead. That pulled back around by Nuvo. Goes back behind her own goal. 24 seconds left to go, Nuvo. And it's right back to center ice. Palmer with it there. Palmer for Central. Palmer trying to backhand it ahead. Pulled down by Armitage. Armitage fires it back deep. 13 seconds left to go. 10 seconds left to go. Cougars with the commanding 11-0 lead. Intercepted coming in. Good job defensively by Hanny to knock it away. And that will do it. 11-0 is the score as the Sioux win and beat Central, as we will have next at 12:45 Michigan versus Indiana Tech. Indiana Tech had a first round bye. The teams split the season series, so we're looking for that game. For my camera person, Christina Wiseman, my name is Mark Wiseman. We will be back with Division II action at 7:30 this evening, as it will be, what is it? I have this over here, as it is going to be Sault College versus Michigan State. Will be that, and then the other game on the other side then would be Adrian versus the Chippewas. So we will end this, and we'll be right back on air in about an hour for Michigan versus Indiana Tech. Thank you, and you've been watching the CCWHA playoffs, brought to you by Arbor Broadcasting.